Ponduffs Anonymous is brought to you in part by McKelvey Insurance. Let's be honest, insurance sucks until you need it. That's why I fuck with McKelvey Insurance. These folks aren't just slinging quotes like robots. They're actual humans who solve real problems. Whether it's personal or commercial insurance, McKelvey works with over 30 companies to make sure you've got the best coverage at the best price without the bullshit. You're not just a number to them. They build real relationships. So when life changes, or your rates do, they've got your back. They'll shop around again and again to make sure you stay protected without ever overpaying. Call or text 618-623-0080 or hit up McKelveyINS.com. That's McKelvey, McKelveyINS.com. McKelvey Insurance. Quick solutions to real-life insurance problems. Anywhere in Illinois or Missouri. Guys, let me tell you about my good friends at Light Source. Light Source Psychotherapy in Belleville, Illinois is a small group practice committed to providing individual, group, and family therapy, as well as clinical and reflective supervision to those in the helping field. Check them out at findyourlightsource.com. They're the best in the business, my friends. I know them personally and well enough to tell you and put my name and word on it. If you're struggling with mental health, family issues, addiction, grief, you name it, give my friends Chaz and Holly a call. Their private practice is life-saving, and they will help you find your light.
Yeah. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. Yeah. React if you have to, yeah. Don't know the time, yeah. Just know that I'm, yeah, one of a kind, yeah. What's on your mind, yeah. Well, hard to find, yeah. Beautiful mind, yeah. Still in my prime, yeah. Just know that I'm here.
Hit the buttons. You sure? That's look. Confirm that. We're good to go.
Red.
All right. Here we go.
Seeing red is a good thing here. Zoe.
Smile over here, Zoe.
This is so exciting. I don't know what episode we're on, Zoe, but we're on one.
Season 2.
3. We just launched season 3.
Oh, then 1.
Renee was season 3, episode 1.
So 2.
So this would be season 3, episode 2, right?
Well, unless we release
Brown School.
But would this be, I guess, technically 3? Because are we putting one out on Friday? Pavo?
No. This one releases next.
Perfect.
I can't wait.
Number 2.
We have.
Glad we straightened that out.
It is funny. Like, I'm going to call you a St. Louis legend.
Oh, come on now.
I mean, there's no
He's
other.
not talking to me.
No, there's no better way to describe it.
Oh, maybe popular in my mind, but whatever.
Legend.
So anyway, I tell you also that I spoke at Harris House Saturday night.
Really?
Yeah, just like that.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm on a fucking roll right now.
Do you want to speak
Yes.
here? I'll put you on the spot. How much time you got on?
I mean,
We
should be
are
tonight.
recording.
Well, you're only in town for like 6 weeks, it sounds like. 2 months. How long are you in town?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I
Thank
thought
you for
January to
making
end of
space.
February.
No, to February 10th.
Oh, wow.
I got to get out of here though. I'm leaving. Well, what I do is I go.
You don't have to say anything else.
Well, you know what? Always people visit me, so now it's my chance to go down there and start mooching off them.
Yeah, that's true. George
He's on a roll.
Hansford is our guest tonight.
Woo.
And the founder
Yes. Yes.
and
Owner.
curator and owner of the Trainwreck Saloon.
Mm.
And if Zoe, I don't know if you've been to Trainwreck.
No, but I looked at its website really hard today, and it seems great.
Best bison burger in the city by far.
Really?
And sweet potato fries. That's the order.
That is
Wait.
it. Yes.
You guys have sweet potato? Do you have like the brown sugar cinnamon?
No.
No.
Dipping? Oh, it's okay. I'll bring my own.
No.
I
Bring
They're
your own.
sweet though.
So
They're
good.
very sweet.
I dip
love
them in
that.
mustard. My sweet potato fries, I always dip them in mustard. But I love them. I've been eating them for...
I'm really excited now.
And it really... Everything there is good. We've had Christmas parties at the one in Westport. Big app spread, and everybody would order. But Well, if I'm there for lunch, it's a bison burger, or I do like the salad with the tuna.
Yes, that's very
get
good.
That's that if I'm trying to be healthy. But the Trainwreck is I'm talking about, I'm 42, and I've been going to the Trainwreck since I've been 4 or 5 years old, I think. Maybe 6. It was young.
6.
In Brentwood, the one in Brentwood.
Rock Hill, but yes.
Yeah,
close,
Rock
close.
Hill.
But my wife and I both grew up in Brentwood, so we're okay with that.
Yeah, so it's right between Hanley and Brentwood on Manchester, right?
Right.
And is that the original?
That's the original. So that's the oldest bar in St. Louis County.
No shit.
Yes,
I did not know that.
It's 1890.
Holy cow.
And I'm only like the third owner.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's when you founded it. It was 1890.
No, I named it the Trainwreck.
You don't look a day over 35.
Yeah.
And George, I don't know how old you are, but you have way better hair than me. So
No, I saw a picture on the website. It's like a old, like brown and white.
Right, yes.
Of like a
yes.
saloon. Is that what you're talking
it's a
about?
Saloon, yes.
Oh my gosh. Wait,
Yes.
cool.
It's been there since Manchester was a dirt road.
Just like
No
really
kidding.
specific marketing choice.
And the one on Rock Hill has the big like bison
Yes.
statue out front.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can talk about that too some point too. That's
I'd love
pretty,
to.
the story about that's funny, I think.
I was telling you before we got on, and it's fondest memories as a kid, man. I grew up on the ice playing hockey my whole life because my old man was a hockey player, and he used to ref. When he stopped playing, he refed and refed pretty high, so he would ref the Blues training camps back when they were at Brentwood Ice Rink, which shows you. I mean, and that was back when Blues players. I mean, they weren't making a whole lot of money. They lived in town. They were great hockey players, but they were blue collar. It was a blue collar sport. And
without a doubt, they were all farm boys. You
Right.
know, St. Louis is a big city for them, and
We're still
it was
in
so
Missouri.
different
from Canada, not farm boys from Decatur.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it was different for them. That was
Seen one, you've seen them all.
the first time out of Canada and stuff like that.
And
You know,
Brian Sutter, a big farmer up there.
Oh yeah,
I think he's like he done.
They
It's
were all
hard to get
tough,
him
yeah.
off his farm.
they were all tough too. You know, so
Big
that's
time. And so my old man would ref these games. And then in the summer league at Brentwood was really competitive. It wasn't a beer league. These guys, they would have some of the Blues players that stayed in town would play in these summer leagues. Greg Pazlowski, Peter Zezel's my hero hockey player. God rest his soul. I got to sit with him while he was lacing them up when I was 6 years old. I would hang out with my dad in the ref's room, and that Brentwood locker room's a tiny piece of shit. It still is. It's just so everybody's on top of each other. And I looked around. I go, Dad, that's Peter Zezel. And he's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I go, I'm telling you. And he I was so annoying. He goes, fine, I'll go look. And he goes, I told you that was Peter Zezel, Chris.
I'm screaming.
And he introduced me, and Peter let me get dressed, like hang out with them, and he was lacing them up, and it was the highlight of my life. And he was my favorite player ever since. And he was in the movie Youngblood, which was a hockey movie with Rob Lowe and who was Patrick Swayze, Keanu
Ooh.
Reeves. Best hockey movie that was out there besides Slapshot. And Peter Zezel had a cameo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At the end, he's on the team with Youngblood, the Hamilton Mustangs. So it was cool. And my mother probably didn't know I was watching that movie because there was a lot of TNA in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a rated R superstar movie. And I was watching it when I was 5. You know,
TNA.
fuck tits and ass. Sorry, she's young. We'll get her down to Key West sometime, George. So after these games, they all went to Trainwreck.
Right.
All the Blues players.
Yep.
And
Brett Hull.
Yeah, loved it. They still talk about
Passer, yeah. Twist, Chase.
it. And I guess you weren't having any fucking bar fights in your place. I mean, you had the whole team there bouncing everybody, probably.
I remember getting a call one night about 3:00 in the morning from the Rock Hill police saying, what's going on down there? There's all these luxury cars parked in front of your place.
Nice.
So I said, well, let me find out. And I called down to the bar, and they go like, oh, the whole team's here. They're having a meeting.
Right. 3 a.m.
And I said, well, the cops say to pull the cars around the back. Well, what happened was the next day, Keenan got fired. So they were having a meeting there at the bar that night.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a day that lives in infamy in this city. Holy cow. Mike Keenan, God bless. But Mike Keenan was something else, man. He was hated.
Yeah.
I mean, the story goes that Gretzky said, I'm staying.
Wayne Gretzky?
Yeah, he played for the Blues.
I know.
Oh.
No. I didn't know that. I was going to say I know his name.
You know who he
but
is. That's good. We'll start there.
Sorry.
The story goes that he told Keenan, I want a no trade clause basically for Hall. If I'm going to stay, you're not getting rid of Hawley. And Keenan was like, no, I can't stand him. We hate each other. I want him out. And he signed with New York. What a fucking, way to ruin that for us, Mike. Hopefully you didn't let him in your bar.
No, the coaches rarely came in there. Yes.
Didn't want to get behind it. So I just have the utmost respect for you and what an establishment, great business, hard industry. Brutal industry. And you've been around for how many years?
43.
I'm 42.
43, yeah. 1982, July 2nd, 1982. Man. And I've been at Westport 35 years, coming up in March.
So that was my next question.
And then I had Trainwreck on the Landing for 10 years. Do you remember that?
I remember there was a train wreck on the Landing. That's right. Yes. And like everything else in the Landing, just decided, it just wasn't working. Was it nasty?
It was time to go.
Yeah.
It was time to go.
It's a shame, too. I did have some fun on the Landing. There were some great places. St. Louis, man, fucked it up. Yeah. There was Sundeckers. That was, I guess I can say, we used to talk about moving cocaine. There was, he used to go to Sundeckers and,
well,
yeah, I just don't want to name names because
you've lived such a life, both of you.
You look like you have a question.
Oh, okay. Well,
you got your notebook out and everything. I love it.
Well, I don't want to lose it. You guys are talking about sports. I don't know about sports. I was waiting my turn.
It's
you
okay.
You guys can continue.
So Landing for 10 years. What year did you exit the Landing?
2006.
So
96 to 2006.
And even the Rams couldn't. They left 2016, and they didn't bring anything. It seems like. Oh,
those early years in the 2000s when they were the Super Bowls and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun time on the Landing.
I bet
that was a really lot of fun.
The only time I'm really down there is MAC. And I'll park there to go to Cardinals games usually, but there's just nothing. It's kind of a ghost town. But Westport for 35 years, 43 years in Rock Hill. Tough industry. I got some family in the restaurant industry and bar industry here in St. Louis, and they say 50%, right? Bars and restaurants are 50% make it after the first year. I've heard it's
3 years or something.
Yeah, it's cutthroat. So, and the reason you came out here, thank God, and God bless you for being here, is to tell your story of pre and post recovery. And it's a tough business, I imagine, to be in and have this thing going on.
When I speak and tell my story, I rarely have to tell any war stories, any drunkalogs or anything like that. Having the train wreck for 40 some years. I have a lot of stories. Yeah,
I bet. And
and I was included in most of them. So
sure.
Yeah, they're not just all bar talk.
I said on one of our shows, and one of my father's pearls of wisdom was to never be the drunkest guy in the room.
No.
Second, nobody remembers the second drunk.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember the first. And after he died, I didn't care about that rule anymore. And for 2 years, I was usually the drunkest guy in the room. But so start at the beginning, George. You grew up in you said Brentwood.
Brentwood. Yep.
And what is the Brentwood High School mascot?
Eagles.
Brentwood Eagles.
I didn't go to Brentwood. I went to Chaminade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He said,
but my wife went to Brentwood.
All right.
Yes.
There we go. So she's dealing with the preppy Catholic school.
Yes.
Good for her.
But I knew her way back. So we finally got married in 82, January 82. Actually, next Friday is our anniversary. 44 years.
Wow.
And as soon as we got married, I don't even think we were back from the honeymoon. And she goes, you got to go get a real job.
I'm screaming.
All I do is bartending.
Yeah.
So I went out and bought a bar.
So were you bartending here in town?
Wait, that was...
Well, through college,
no,
I did
you do what you know.
Zoo. Yeah, so
okay.
yeah, I knew more about
I know.
restaurants than I did college. But yes, I was down in Soulard, down at Carnegie's, and I worked at Tully's, and it was just a lot of bars.
And you're working hard, playing hard in your 20s, and when did you start drinking? Was it a high school thing? Or?
Yeah, I would say weekends in high school.
Chaminade boys hit it hard?
I hung out with all the Brentwood guys.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah, they live closer.
So are
and
you
they had
familiar
girls there too, you know.
All right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
So are you familiar with Chaminade, Zoe?
No.
This is St. Louis. So Chaminade's one. They do have superstar athletes go to Chaminade, play.
It wasn't
one
like
of
that
those
when I was there.
St. Louis
No.
things of like, where'd you go to high school?
Yes.
It is for sure.
Okay.
And
okay.
yeah.
Give me the lore so I can know next time I'm in like
Yeah, you got it.
social.
Well, Chaminade is one of the
Chaminade.
top prep schools in the.
Well, it was more disciplinary than when I was there.
Whoa.
Really?
I think than it is now.
Disciplinary
Yes.
prep.
So did mom
Brothers are
and dad?
married.
Did mom and dad ever reveal that's why they sent you there? Or?
Well, my parents were divorced back in the '60s, so
Okay.
so that's why I went there. Yes.
All right. Sorry to hear. That's the statistics were lower in I feel like
Oh
the
yeah,
60s.
yeah.
with
Well,
parents.
divorce. Well, actually, it was in the '50s, so I mean,
Wow.
it was really different.
It wasn't
back
really
then.
a thing that back. Yeah, that's got to be.
It was
rough.
shame.
Man.
Yeah.
Huh. Now we're getting to
Yeah,
now
it's more
Zoe,
like it.
yeah, where
I'm mocking it now.
so I mean
My dad was an alcoholic, though, so you know it's easier. It's easy now for me to see what happened, even though it happened, you know, over 45 years. My dad's been dead since '78. My mom since '80. So, and I'm an only child. But it's easier for me now to understand probably what happened being an alcoholic than it did all through those years.
yeah.
And what's funny now also is the fact that my dad did commit suicide,
Oh shit.
and you know, I could never admit that to anybody till I got sober. I could never face that it was a heart attack or something, accident or whatever, you know.
carrying that.
Until that I got sober and had to face that and realize that, you know, I have to accept that. And it's okay. So I know him better today than I knew him any time in my life.
Wow.
It just that just screamed like I just want to say like it's fucking healing.
Yeah, it is.
Holy
It
shit,
is.
yeah.
I mean, that's what the steps will do for you, you know.
Man. So you got and we'll jump around timeline, but you 78 you said?
Yes.
And you got I'm just doing the math. How long have you been sober?
13 years. No, I didn't get sober until 2012.
Right.
But I mean, I'm saying that.
Yeah, so you lived 78 to 30 years,
Right.
maybe longer. Yeah, almost 35 years burying this.
Wow.
Fuck. That's hard to process. And self-medicating probably.
Oh, yeah.
Man. How did mom handle that? Did she begin their divorce, but would they
It was never really talked about too much, you know.
because you're an only child,
Right.
you know, how does it right. I mean, people barely talk about it now. I can only imagine late 70s, but now it's just you and mom.
Was then, yes.
Yeah.
She died 2 years later, too, so
Oh,
of
wow.
cancer.
Okay.
Wait, how old were you?
25.
Okay.
So you lost them both mid-20s.
Yeah.
Not the time.
And there's so, I mean, God, I'm just, you know.
I'm 71, so you want to figure it out?
No,
Whoa,
I wasn't
really?
gonna.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna buy you a drink first before I asked you your age.
Take him to dinner.
All right, I'm doing these. You know, you relate stuff to personal experiences, and there's a lot of similarities that just hit on. You know, my way my father died. It took me till about 3 months ago to admit it publicly.
Right. I understand
Died
that.
of an overdose, and then it was fucking liberating. And it's now we're looking to start a nonprofit. So I just like I get it, man.
Yeah.
And I also I just feel horrible, like for what that had to feel like to mask for 35 years and then. And bury and what that can fucking fester into, especially in mid 20s. So, if you're bartending and you got married in your early 20s, is
Mid 20s.
so right around
Yeah.
then, and you're bartending, Mizzou guy, so the drinking's already part of your life.
Yeah, there were a lot of, years in there smoking pot in college and stuff like that where I didn't drink too much. But, once I got to the bar scene,
You mix the two.
Yeah.
Never the worst dry heaves. If you get drunk first and then smoke a blunt, it's bad news. You got to get high first, and then Zoe probably knows all that about that.
The marijuana was so different back then. I can't compare it to
party.
it was not the same.
Really?
Yeah, it was senior year, and I did take an edible.
They didn't have those.
Shame on you.
I know.
Was that at the Christian college that you went to, the Taylor?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a big rebel.
Delinquents will find the other delinquents. I was the campus liberal. I had to put my money where my mouth was.
Yeah. Good for you, Zoe. Glad you lived a little bit there. So you're in town. You opened the bar. What year did you open the bar?
82.
And that's right. You said that. And 82. I'm trying to think.
Wait. Okay. So dad dies in 78.
Right.
Mom dies in 80. You get married
in 82.
And then open the bar same year.
Yes.
Damn. Oh, instead of, and the whole time you're like my father passed away because of like a health issue or something, like that narrative was still in you, like while all these big things are happening, I guess.
I wasn't that close to him because he lived up in Northwest Missouri, so it wasn't like, out of sight, out of mind. It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't like he's a big thing in my life, so that wasn't that big a deal. Really.
Okay.
And it wasn't like news around town.
No,
your dad took his own life.
No, so.
Yeah, I mean, it breaks my heart, dude. Would you, and I don't know the answer, but do you think his alcoholism contributed to
his death?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how it's figuring all that out.
Sure.
Yes.
And
so I mean, I was determined. I mean, I always wanted to be an alcoholic kind of because I know the guys that hang in the bar, it was very glamorous.
It's funny you say that. I get that.
It's kind of like smoking, in the old movies. It's very, but you don't see it when it's behind the scenes, when they go home.
They don't show that on
when they go home and stuff like that. Yeah.
What was were you a beer drinker or anything? Whiskey?
Oh, I went through all the phases.
Okay. Of
course, beer,
Beer town, right?
Scotch, But like anybody else, I wound up with, warm, cheap vodka,
It was, for me, it was rich and rare whiskey.
R&R, really?
Yeah. It was like $9.99 a handle. And me and my old man would drink Crown or VO was our Canadian club. Canadian blended whiskeys was our favorite. And then rich and rare was the...
Yeah, R&R, yeah. My best friend drank R&R.
That's past tense.
Yes.
Is he gone?
Yeah, he died a couple years ago. Yeah.
I mean, if somebody's drinking R&R, then we need to talk to him.
Yeah.
It's probably, or like just like the vodkas that's usually this. And now it's the fucking Fireball. You see it everywhere, and then people check in here with it. We're at the Illinois Recovery Center. Oh, yeah, we could probably, if we wanted to, start a Fireball stand from all this Fireball we're confiscating on admission because they bring it all.
Sorry, it was my medication alarm.
Do you need to med up?
Yeah.
Go please for me and George.
I just want to say that's funny because I have a Fireball shirt because that's all the boat dads in the summer. They're always trying to. It's like a different experience of Fireball.
We're gonna get to the boating,
but that's what
George has a boat in Key West.
Okay. Let me.
Please, for our sake, take your pills. So he's very open about her 6 or 7 personalities. So.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I used to glorify when there's a neighborhood tavern down the street I grew up at, and there were the old timers that would come in pretty early, drink their beer. You'd know them, each one, regulars, become friends with them.
Oh yeah.
But you don't think about what a lot of them going home alone, depressed. You don't think about that,
right?
But I, like as a kid, was really impressionable to that. I'm like, I can do this,
yeah,
and hold my own. Granted, there's been comments made in my past that as I bartended and managed the bar, if owning a bar would have been the worst idea of my life, because I mean now you're at the source. But you were young, you weren't. It's at the mid-20s. Although that's it's pretty cool status too. To own
I know.
a bar.
I'm like, it's really badass.
Yeah.
It's just like
and we lived above it.
No, really,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
stumble upstairs.
Yeah.
And it goes without saying to have a successful bar business and be an alcoholic is absolutely impossible to do. Like I feel, well, maybe not, but I feel like it's really setting up. I know a lot of alcoholic bar owners that have given their bar away.
Right.
You
Yes.
know, whether it's not just drinking themselves, they get drunk by giving all their friends drinks.
Gambling, other vices.
Bingo.
Yeah,
There's always a game of LCR going on at
yeah.
the tavern I grew up at. And then now Illinois has got the machine, so they've come in and taken. You can't even have a deck of cards behind the bar in Illinois. If you have the slot machines, they'll rip them out. And that's what's keeping neighborhood taverns around here. Because they've all, the canned beer taverns, if you know what I mean, they all have slot machines.
Right.
And it's keeping them open.
They're coming to Missouri. They will happen.
Was that part of the sports gambling thing? I know there was.
It's getting closer to it. Let's say they're using that as that passes. That this should be the next thing. So
I mean, will you have them? I mean, do you know? Have you talked about it?
Oh, I've thought about it. You know, I really, I imagine that we'll dabble in it at some point.
I'm telling you, the state of Illinois, from what I know from some local friends that own bars, they keep them. They're still in business because of the machines. It's
right.
They were struggling. A lot of them, I mean, break even at just baseline because of them alone, and so it's hard to not. And they haven't brought in trouble. I mean, people come and play the machines. And my grandma used to fucking go to the Elks Lodges and Knights of Columbuses, and wasn't like sticking her kid's mortgage in them, but she played.
We don't know that though.
That's true.
We don't know that.
She didn't have a whole lot, but now that I'm starting to wonder, George.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't listen to this.
That makes two of us. Just kidding. I love
Now,
you.
there's a gas station by an office I have in Chesterfield Valley. It's an On the Run, and it's got 6, like the ones that you see. It's got all the new different games. They're not the 7s and the bars. It's all these video games. They're in there, and
it's a gray area, so it depends.
And there's not. I remember back in Illinois, growing up with my grandma, the Elks Lodges always said for amusement only,
right?
But they were paying out behind the bar. There's no for amusement only. I'm sure these people are the people that play them at the gas station. Whole nother process addiction that have 12-step programs for is GA.
Game addiction? Oh, gambling.
Gamblers
sorry.
Anonymous.
Oh my God.
It's Gamblers Anonymous. Well, obviously good. You don't have a gambling problem, Zoe.
The games don't make sense.
You just.
And so I'm okay being bad at a game and losing if I know the rules and I'm like, I can't do that.
It's just hitting
I
the
lost.
button.
Yeah, there's no. I'm like, how am I supposed to?
Not a whole lot of strategy.
No, I know. And that's why. Anyway, that's why I don't like them.
George, when you opened Trainwreck, did you have food right off the bat?
9 months later.
Okay.
It took us a while. Yes.
What? Just getting the right equipment or the chef?
It wasn't the right chef. I mean, it didn't take much. But we, it just took a while to build the kitchen. And,
Okay. Don't undersell that bison burger.
We didn't know what we know now.
Sure.
It's a lot different.
What was on the menu in the 80s? Do you remember?
Yeah, we had a lot of sub sandwiches and stuff like that.
Okay.
But we had the burgers too.
Okay.
And the fries.
Do you still have copies of the old menus?
Not that I know of. I doubt it.
There's one on the wall at Fridays, and
yeah,
it's the cool thing is the prices.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Like 95-cent 16-inch pizza. I mean, it's crazy, and some of the things on the menu you'd never serve at a bar anymore. But it's pretty neat. I mean, so the bar similar that I'm talking about is around since the 1800s. The horse and buggy come up to it, and they found a menu from like the 70s, and it's pretty neat. The prices, you're like, holy fuck. I don't even know what the beer prices were back then. I mean, you were under $2 a beer back in the 80s, right? Yeah.
Oh, it was 90 cents for a long neck.
Holy shit.
I remember that. 75 cents for a draft.
Really?
Yes.
How many, was it AB out of the gate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You have to, I guess, in St. Louis, right?
We've always supported AB. Until they sold.
You didn't get into the Kräftig? That was their first, I think, wasn't it? The first beer is called Kräftig.
Yeah, could be.
Did you know Brian McKenna?
I've met him before.
He passed away tragically, but he would on the radio,
Yes.
Iggy, our friend, helped us. We were chirping him a little bit earlier, but he's the one who kind of got me in touch with you and told me, so I guess his sister worked for you. And Iggy's one of those guys that knows everybody in town just enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Perfect place to have him.
And you've met Iggy.
Mm-hmm.
Iggy's came on here before. But yeah, he was close with Brian in the radio industry. And I always remember Brian was one of the first guys who did an advertisement. He was sponsored by Kreftig. And I was still drinking. I tried him, and you know, it felt like I was cheating on St. Louis a little bit, right?
Right.
I mean, were you guys big liquor sales going? I mean, everything just.
Well, it was different back then because you know people just drank rail vodka, rail gin, rail scotch, you know, stuff like that. It wasn't all the, you know, the only flavors and all that was like LaRue brandy, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah,
cream of mint and all that kind of stuff.
And have the 3 olives flavored vodkas.
No, I didn't hear that.
We
maybe schnapps later.
The old timer bartenders at Fry, we call them beer tenders. And you want to piss them off, order like a margarita or a Long Island or a bunch of shots now.
Right.
If we always said Cliff, God rest his soul, if he had it his way, all they'd serve is Bud Light. Bud Select now. I get no mixed drinks just because he's fucking hated making them all. But, you know, I was a CC in club at the dive bars, Canadian Club and Club Soda or water. You served CC, didn't you?
Years ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk about recovery, something I know about.
There you go.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Well, I mean, the train wreck's a lag. I can get lost in the train wreck stuff. So I mean, leading up to when you finally made the change. I mean, tell us about that. I mean, how did things start going sideways for you?
Well, my health was suffering. There's no doubt about that.
Sure.
As far as, you know, just my stomach having the shakes and all that kind of stuff. And things are going south. And so we all have sobriety dates, you know. Anyone you know that's an alcoholic has a sobriety date. Hopefully they have one, you know.
Right.
But around my house, we affectionately have another date. That's June 5th, 2011.
Okay. Another pill?
Right. Sorry.
We call it Suitcase Day because that's the day my wife packed my suitcase. And I thought she said one of us was leaving, but she said that I was leaving. Yeah. So, and I had promised her that I would go to an AA meeting.
Okay.
You know, I told her I would. And I left town. I was scared. So I left town and drove all the way to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
You drove to, I've been there.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. To visit that friend of mine that drank R&R because I knew he would put up with my bullshit. So I went out there to quit drinking.
Tell me it's
for
not
a week.
Disease.
Yeah.
So did you drink on your drive out there?
I did, but I didn't make it over the line. The guy that was driving at that point grabbed my bottle and threw it out the window.
Okay.
You know.
Wow. I've been to Coeur d'Alene. That's a what's a 20-hour drive?
Oh, no. 30 somehow.
Yeah, I was going to say. Whoa. It's almost you fly into Spokane, Washington.
Right.
It's as far west as you can get.
Right. So, yeah, it's like 10 hours further than Key West. So, yes, I know how far it is.
Okay. And Key West is as far as you can get in Florida.
South, yeah. So, I went to my
that was
first...
June 5th, the Suitcase Day. I like that.
Yeah. So, well, I didn't actually go to my first meeting until about the 8th or 9th because it took me a while to get out there. And went to my first meeting, and it was about fear. I remember this distinctly. It was about fear. And like, well, I'm not afraid of anything, you know. I do all this crazy stuff, drink and drive and swim with sharks, ride motorcycles, didn't really have any fears. And I sat there at that meeting. I thought, you know, the only fear I really have in life right now, the biggest fear I have is going to treatment. That was the biggest fear I had. I was scared to death to go to treatment and surrender. And I did not want to do that. I did not want to go there and live with a bunch of kids, you know.
Sure.
I couldn't handle all that. And it was funny. Then the second meeting I went to, I don't know why I remember this, but I do remember this.
Keep going.
And there was a gal there, and she was sharing that she had a big problem with the God thing.
Okay.
And so she talked to her sponsor about it, and her sponsor said, well, say the Our Father. She said, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, like it normally is. She said, Our Father who art in heaven, Howard be thy name. She said that she pictured him like Robin Williams on a park bench or something.
That's a Howard.
Yeah, it's a Howard. Yes. So within 2 days, I was on a plane heading to L.A. to go to treatment home.
So you went to
straight from Coeur d'Alene.
Man, and how did
How'd I do out there? Not very well.
Well, I was gonna ask about your wife, who sounds like a real hero.
Yeah.
What did she know you were going to Coeur d'Alene? I mean,
no.
The way you said it, it sounds like you.
She packed for Texas or something. She had a plan to take me to go to a Texas rehab. So.
And when did she know where you were? Like
on the way, we called her.
Okay.
On the way.
You finally, Oh. Good man. Yeah. Didn't want to.
Yeah.
And you shared earlier, you and your lovely wife are still
married,
almost close to what year?
44. Yeah.
So you're on your healing journey, and she's running the bar.
Oh yeah, and going to Al-Anon meetings.
Wow.
Did she start going to Al-Anon when you
before?
Or was it before? I was going to ask you.
I think she might have started while I was away. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yes. So she had a lot of friends, and and
God, I tell so many people
group
to do
hugs
that.
and stuff like this.
I think it's also a fear thing.
Yes, it is.
To that first, there's something so scary about that walking in the door. I felt it going to treatment.
Yeah.
It was a scare. You have Facebook. We were talking about earlier on March 25th, 2014. Every year, my Facebook memory comes up, and I typed "scariest day of my life," and I handed my phone over because you got to hand your phone over now. There's some treatment centers that are trying to figure that out. We'll give you some phone time privileges here after your blackout period, like an hour at night, maybe. But this thing is a trigger device.
Oh yeah.
And
if it's on,
there are some places that are letting them have it in detox and res, and we just can't. We're just not there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a good idea, and neither does the CEO. Wisest guys in this stuff I know, and our executive director. It's just such a source for toxic shit.
Well, and like you get a dopamine rush every time your phone's going. It's like you're still not. Yeah, I hate phones.
I know.
So I was out there like 3 months.
So you went. So you went to LA, and it was a 90.
Where'd I go? What's the name of that town?
Southern Cal has such a bad reputation now. I was going to ask you, 13 years ago, I don't know. So you went 90 days in Southern Cal?
I started 30 days and another 30 days because I needed 30 more. And then after I relapsed the third time in treatment, I went to another one down in, where was it?
Man, you were kicking and screaming.
Yes. And, it was rough. It was, and then came back to St. Louis a little bit. That was really terrible because of the bars.
Sure. You own.
Yes. Owner couldn't even drink there, and no one understood me. And poor George, can't drink,
You're like, I'm trying to.
Really?
Yes.
Is this like employees, regulars, both?
No, that was what I was thinking.
Oh, you were
thinking.
Okay.
I was thinking
the worst enemy. I was going to say, who is telling you that?
Right.
Yes.
Horrible.
Yes. So they were telling me.
You were a pity party in city.
Yes,
All right.
yes. I was a victim.
Yeah.
I was a victim.
That doesn't.
Well, my friends were going to ask me, when are they going to let you drink again? When are they going to let you? I said, I don't know. They haven't told me yet. And then I'd go to Key West and I'd relapse down there. So
this isn't a location problem. This is a George problem.
Oh, yes. Until I realized that sobriety was a gift, and it was a gift from God, from a higher power, to take away the need, the desire, the have to for drinking, I could not stop. And when I realized what a gift it was, then I knew. And every day is still a gift.
Amen, man. That's like you go from victim pity to just gratitude. That's
right. You have to. That's the big change.
Remember Scott Spezio?
Mm-hmm.
He was on the podcast a couple months ago talking about how hard he hit it. And he said it was 2017 and he was losing his liver. And he said, I prayed to God to help me with the cravings and desire. And it was that prayer that got him in a mindset that could get him. And he's been sober ever since. And it was that, like, to you, and I heard you say like that the desire to.
The cravings. I mean,
Yeah.
they're terrible. That keeps me sober every day. I do not want to go back to those cravings. I do not.
They're in the driver's seat.
Yes.
Did you when you relapsed? You said you relapsed in treatment a couple times. Did you? I mean, were you detoxing hard? What were they medically assisted treatment programs you went to that helped with the? Because you have to on alcohol. I mean, I would imagine if you're drinking.
They just
vodka.
put me in a house with everyone was detoxing, and they had the doctor check on you every day. And
Any meds?
no,
Yikes!
I was never on any meds.
That's raw dogging it.
Yeah. Oh well, my relapses were nothing to brag about. Believe me, you know.
Well, I'm saying that. I mean, my doctor told me in 2013 when I was just talking to her about it because my dad.
It's
died.
dangerous.
Yeah, it can be fatal.
Right.
That and benzo, right? That Xanax. And so we're a medically assisted treatment. We'll taper down and detox. Just, I mean, safety. And a lot of people, to talk about fear, is when you see the opioid addicts coming in,
Mhm.
and now with fentanyl, the withdrawal from it, they're not going to die, but that's what keeps them from getting, if they can't get meds to taper, they won't get sober. And they're just, a lot of opioid addicts that we've talked to here or on the show, it's not about getting high and having fun. It's about not getting sick. They're using for years to not get sick. And that,
Well, that can happen with alcohol too.
Sure.
Yeah.
100%. The fear. So you went to did you say you went to treatment in Texas? That's where your wife went to.
Where was it? Out in L.A., South L.A.
So, yeah, L.A. Then you went to treatment in Cure or Key West? Or did you?
No, I went to San Juan Capistrano or something like that, down by San Diego.
Okay. It
Yeah.
it sounds like one of those places that sound almost too.
They were luxury. I mean, they were very nice. Very nice.
Did you meet anybody in there that or any of your treatment centers that you formed a community with, or not until you?
While we were there, but it pretty much dissolved after we left because they were all over the country.
Sure, gotcha. When you made that, when you found that gift of sobriety, where were you? Was that Key West? Was that Florida or here?
Actually, it was in Fort Myers.
Okay.
Because I couldn't stay in Key West, I couldn't stay in St. Louis, so I stayed with a friend of mine in Fort Myers for off and on for about 9 months.
And your wife this whole time being supportive and loyal and
Oh yeah,
and
yes.
holding you accountable.
Oh yeah, I was very accountable. Yes.
God, she's a hero, man. Will she listen to this?
I doubt it.
Okay,
So,
all right.
yeah.
Well, she's a hero. I'm very impressed. A lot of people don't stick around for us until I always make the joke. My wife now, if you only knew me, I'm like, you would have really been in love with me. She looks at me. She's like, I'm like, I just know how full of shit that statement is. And she wouldn't have looked at me twice, falling down at the tavern. Did you ever incidents at your own bar? I mean, how many?
What do you consider an incident? I mean,
Well,
let's just say yes.
yeah.
Let's just put a blanket yes on that. Yes.
I guess, yeah.
Yes, a blanket one.
I'm not a studied journalist.
Yes.
We're
not going to drunk-a-log.
Okay, got it. So
let's tell
if your suitcase day,
suitcase day, and then finally got sober.
what's your sobriety day?
November 5th, 2012.
Okay.
So interesting. This is a good part of my story too. So when about that year, I couldn't spend time in the bars, and I couldn't go to Key West by myself, so I had to stay in St. Louis. So my old roommate from college and high school and stuff like that got cancer.
Early in your sobriety?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So he was doing fine. I mean, I couldn't even tell he had cancer, and I was a mess down here. And as time went on, he just got worse, and I was getting better, and so I helped his wife to take him to treatment every day, down to St. Louis U down there, on
Okay.
Kings Highway, for his cancer, and I'd wheel him in there, and it was so depressing. I mean, the shots they would give him, and the treatment, and chemo, and radiation, and lost all the weight, and he was in a wheelchair, and I was going like, they're only asking me to go to meetings. They're just asking me to do this easy stuff, and they're sticking needles in him all this time and doing that. Like, you know what?
Shit.
I got to be grateful. I have to be grateful.
That'll drive it home.
That, and it also could be a source of relapse. I mean, going through right out of the gate.
And so he died like New Year's morning after I was with him New Year's Eve. I mean, he died New Year's morning, 2014.
Oh, man.
So then I didn't have anything to do because I was helping him so much.
Keeping you busy.
Keep my busy, yep. So that's when I went and decided to go get my captain's license. Yeah, so I got my captain's license.
Captain of what?
A boat. I got a boat captain's license.
I've seen the pictures.
Hey, it's Jeff from Pond Offs Anonymous. We've been talking about recovery and real life stuff for a long time. And now we've got something that fits right into that world. It's our new coffee, Light in the Dark, a bold Colombian dark roast we made with Long Story Coffee. If you spent any time in recovery, you know coffee is a part of the deal. In the rooms, with friends, early mornings, late nights, this roast matches that energy, smooth, steady, and honest. And every bag helps support the work we do on the show. Grab Light in the Dark at pondoffsanonymous.com. Start your day the way so many started recovery, with a cup and a little light.
Good for you, man. He keeps everything for me. He never gives me the cool parts. Can I
You got to show
picture?
her. Let's talk about
it's
important. The name and everything of his boat is important.
Oh, you sound like Joe Perry.
That's a compliment.
You can
To
flip
who?
through those. That's just last week.
Wow.
So
You're
I bought this
glowing.
boat, and I had a boat before when I was still kind of drinking in Key West, but I bought a house in Key West when I sold the landing, so that I have a house in Key West. It was a vacation rental, so kind of quit doing that somewhat, except for right now. But so I named it Courage. Courage Charters, right after the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So my boat is named Courage. And
That's
all that.
amazing.
That last part of the Serenity Prayer is I mean,
It's gorgeous.
the wisdom to be able to discern the difference is almost a daily. I almost pray that part daily.
Oh,
Yeah.
just daily? I mean, it's like
Well,
10 times
sure,
a day,
sure,
yes.
Oh my gosh.
So it was
Even in other aspects of life too, like
it's anything,
so
anything.
like so much.
driving.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy. So you named it Courage, and have you always been a boat enthusiast? Has always been a
Yes,
passion.
yes. I've been a big boater. Yes.
So-
it's no accident. Yes.
One question, I love to golf. I hear this so much about, especially people that they start getting am I struggling? I have a problem. What if I get sober? I can never golf again.
Right.
Because I drink.
Oh,
And
yeah.
boating is
A lot of drinking,
Everybody
yes.
thinks associates boating.
Decatur, Illinois.
Right.
Boating city.
Is there,
Drinking city with the boating problem.
Yeah.
right. So I tell them, guys, I enjoy golf more sober. I didn't
Right.
think the trick of this fucking alcohol in my brain.
The scarcity
The
mentality.
It's bullshit. I like to golf more, and I'm actually a little bit better than I was when I was shit faced drunk. And I'm like, I need more. But boating, did you ever have a fear of you wouldn't want to boat again, or you couldn't boat sober?
I don't think I had that fear because I knew I could do it and I needed to do something.
Sure.
So that was what I knew how to do. And
Love for it.
yeah, love for it. Yes. Yeah. So I left a boat here after the 93 flood. So how many years ago is that? 30 years?
32. Yeah.
32.
Yeah,
go-
I was born in 83.
To go to Key West in a boat. And I went the Illinois River all the way to Chicago and Lake Michigan, all the way up to Canada and through across Canada down to New York.
Stop.
To New York and all the way to Key West. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then brought the boat back here. So I've been boating a long time. Yeah.
So you're not a woman in STEM, so you probably didn't know that you could do that they connect.
Well, I actually just kind of I
That was an
accidentally
insult. I
tuned.
apologize for insulting.
It's okay because I still even can't pay attention to what you are saying because I was just caught up in the thought of like courage first and then confidence comes second. Like it's so important. Like you have to have the courage to try something new to become confident enough in it. And then I started to tune back in because then you were talking about all the way up the coast. And I was like, you couldn't, like, that's so symbolic. Like sobriety as a big journey, like
Right.
that feels like driving it all the way and up and down the coast.
Well, I was
It's
drinking
like-
then. So,
Oh, yeah, 93.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But I brought this boat that I have now. I brought it all the way down from Rhode Island. And I brought other boats from St. Louis to Key West down the Tom Bigby.
like being
So, I mean,
confident in the driver's
Yeah.
seat is like, that's huge.
so
Anyway.
it was, it's no accident that's kind of happened. It was destiny, I think.
So in 93, I'm stuck on this. You went all up the Mississippi,
Illinois.
up the Illinois,
To Chicago.
and then
Lake
Lake
Michigan,
Michigan,
to Mackinac.
Oh,
and
Mackinac
through
Island.
Canada.
Yes. They call it the Trent Severn Waterway. It's like 100 miles north of Toronto, then down to Lake Ontario,
Yeah.
to Oswego, to Syracuse, to Erie Canal, to Hudson River, to New York, and then down, yeah.
To Key West.
Mhm.
How long that take?
Oh, about 6 months. But I had 2 bars still.
Sure.
And so I would go back and forth every 2 weeks.
Was your wife with you?
1 week of the 2.
Okay.
Yes.
That's an experience. Did you, I hope you journaled or something. That's incredible.
I started to, but I didn't know what day it was. So I got all confused.
So you bought you in after your friend dies. Now you got this time on your hand, and you say, "It's time. I get a boat."
Yes.
And in Key West,
And my wife said, "How are you going to pay for that?" I go, "Well, I guess I'm going to start a charter business." So that's how that happened.
Okay. There are a lot of questions I have along the way, but that was one of them. I was
Yes.
like, how are you making this work, man?
Trainwreck,
Like,
baby.
yeah, I know. Trainwreck
Buy
is what
some burgers.
happened after all the shit hits the fan, I guess.
We're-
But
I mean, and that's a lot of bar owners that just have the disease. I mean, is drinking away the small profit margins in that industry that you get. So, yeah, it's a
sail it
tough.
away.
And so it's really well. I mean, being a boat captain and doing charters like I do is very much hospitality. You just
Yeah.
you kind of wait on people a little bit. You show them a good time. You give them a tour. I mean, I'll make them drinks and lunch and stuff like that. But it's cool for me because no matter what they come to Key West for, usually the drinking, and whatever like that, it's the best day of their vacation. And the people you get repeat customers and you get to be friends with them. They're on Facebook. You keep up
Sure.
with them, so it's a community within itself right
That's
there.
a big word.
But so, one of the neat things that I never understood, I never anticipated by the charters was something that happens every couple of months or so. It used to happen all the time when I first started doing it, but now my repeat customers all know my story. Is that they always ask you, they go, "Oh, what, did you name it Courage?" Or I say, "Yes." Well, how'd you pick that name? And I start telling my story and tell them about Trainwreck to Courage and all that kind of stuff. But they go like, "Wow, really?" Because, I mean, first thing I ask them is if they know anybody. I don't ask them if they know an alcoholic because everyone knows an alcoholic. Do you know
Sure.
anybody in recovery?
Nice. I like that reframe.
Yes. Do you know anybody in recovery? Because I'm in recovery. So do you know the Serenity Prayer? So that, it goes that way. Then I tell them about being a bar owner and all that kind of stuff. And the magic thing that happens is the fact that since they always, they have a son or they have an uncle or they have a brother or something that's struggling with drugs or alcohol. And, when I tell them that stuff, it gives them something that they paid for the boat ride. Good money.
Sure.
They
sure.
pay, it's not cheap. They pay good money to go there and they're in the water and, we're just standing there, waist high water. I might be smoking a cigar or something, just relaxing. And
Just blue, beautiful.
Taking in the whole thing. And it takes them away from that, from what they paid for to hope. You know what? If this shit bum bartender can do this now, maybe they can get sober too. Maybe. Even if they only had that hope for that hour or 2 hours or 4
Sure.
hours, they have that hope. That's something that you can't buy.
God, I got goosebumps.
You can't buy hope. You cannot. You can't give it away, and you can't buy it. And people. I mean, literally, people are sometimes in tears when they get off the boat.
Oh,
Have-
my
have
I
such a
believe
good
that.
time. Yeah,
I believe that.
Goosebumps now.
Yeah, it's really cool, and that used to happen quite often.
Do I liken that to, I've been in sales, and before I got sober, is what am I going to do at happy hour business drinking events? And an uncle of mine, coincidentally lives down in Florida now. He had 15, 16 years in when I got clean and sober, and he said, Chris, nobody gives a fuck about what you're drinking. They only care about what they're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And I love club soda, so I just went to club soda and lemon at those things. And nobody, not once they asked me. If they did, like, hey, if they said, hey, can I get you a drink of like club soda? I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, I'm in recovery. And then they go, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I can see
Oh
them.
Yeah.
You can see them start like,
Well, when you got sober, somewhat, it wasn't like it is today. I mean, we perceived it as shame. Now it's a badge of honor for
Amen.
me. It's a badge. And, once you get over that, it's like say, I'm free to talk about it. I have no problem about that.
and that's why we do that. I mean, we're not making any money on it. We hearing people's stories and providing that message of hope.
Right.
And the people that reach out and are desperate and just want to that it fucking keeps me going. And it is, and telling them that it's so possible, that the impossible is possible.
Right.
It's such a gift, to use your word. I mean, it's the greatest gift I think and besides Ashley, but there's no Ashley and Charlie without me being sober, without a doubt.
And, alcoholism, is universal, but I think for me, let's say bottoms are kind of regional, because in St. Louis, I think that I don't want to call them soccer moms or something like that.
Okay.
But we, there's someone that, it's great that, they found that. I mean, but they have a lot of guilt, as a woman driving their kids drunk or something like that,
Whoa.
And the whole thing is like that. For men, it's like, drinking or whatever like that, something you brag about. For a woman, it's something of shame.
That's interesting.
And in Key West, the bottoms are really a lot lower down there in Key West, so because it is
I get what you mean.
I live 1 mile from the southernmost point of the United States, mile marker 0. So it is the end of the road. So people come down to Key West to escape whatever they're escaping. They come to Key West to live life to the fullest.
Party.
To party, but they don't realize that, they're going to Key West to die because, whatever they have left is not going to last too long down there. And so a lot of the people that are in recovery there have a low bottom, that lived in the mangroves. They're, when they come, they go to a meeting or something like that, they got a backpack with everything they own on it. And
Sure.
like that. So their bottoms are
I get what
a different perspective.
I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, that's a place where you might even, you're not going to stand out as a lot of people are down there drinking and,
Right.
and completely, falling over, and you may not stand out as someone like a soccer mom.
Well, that's why I went down there. I mean, I went down there for the boating and the drinking, at least I still boat, that's good. So,
You have to say I was
because nobody knew me.
I was a
Yeah.
golfer with a drinking, a drinker with a golfing problem.
Right.
Now I just have a golfing problem.
Harder pill to
So-
swallow.
Just some boat curiosity. You do charters. What do they look like? Like, where do you go? What?
Well, I don't do any fishing. I would take people 8 to 10 miles. I'd never lose sight of land. I'm in all the backwaters. My boat is a jet drive boat. It only draws 18 inches. So I go around these islands and find an island that nobody lives on and just a sandbar and hang out. You know, it's no different than going up the river and hanging out on a sandbar, except the view and the water.
We got to make a trip.
We can see our feet. Yes.
I know a guy.
Yeah, right. I saw some of the picture. I mean, the water is like crystal clear, green, blue. Like you can see.
Yeah.
The weather's perfect. I mean,
my favorite time down there is the summer. You know, it's not as hot in Key West as it is in St. Louis. It never gets to 100.
Stop.
It never gets to 100.
This fucking city.
Too much hot air. People need to stop running their mouths.
That's why George lives here 2 weeks of the year. So when you go, is these day trips? Are they multiple?
4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Yes.
And you do one a day? Or are you doing?
Yes, just one a day.
But that's all.
It's
that's
a couple times a week, maybe. It's not.
Okay.
You know,
I was gonna say that's a lot.
I've done it's all weather driven. You know.
Sure.
Like anything else, you know. So, you know, might do 3 or 4 in 1 week and then none for a couple weeks. So,
do they get the typical afternoon storm?
No, we do not get that because we don't have enough land mass, so we don't have that convection of the heat of the land and the water cooling and could do that. So it doesn't rain at 3 o'clock. No.
A buddy of mine who's been in and out of recovery met a correctionals officer when he was doing some time at the minimum security prison around here that knew a captain in Fort Myers, and it was a red snapper charter called Sea Trek. And he said the CO kept giving him boating magazines. And he said, "You're going to get out of here and you're going to go do that. You're going to help my guy," because he knew how much he loved it. And he's doing okay. He did it for a while and he ended up buying the boat from the guy, him and his dad. And the last hurricane that went through Fort Myers, the bad one, was it Ian? I think it was Ian.
Yeah.
Did that hit you?
No. It flooded part of Key West.
Sure. I mean, that was massive.
It was a high tide when it was 200 miles west of Key West. So
yeah, okay.
About a third of the island went underwater.
The surge, he was on the Weather Channel, did a story on this. He ended up saving some news people there because they were reporting the news and they got flooded, and he ended up bringing them aboard, and the surge brought his boat in. And then when it went out, he's on a highway. He was just on a concrete, and the Weather Channel did this show on how they craned it back to the water and how big of an operation it was. And I just share the story because it's such I think what he's struggling with is he goes out so much. Red Bull and Adderall has been, he started dabbling with that to do all these charters because he'd go out far for red snapper fishing. And that's kind of hard. I think it's hard work.
Oh, it's real hard work, especially there because you got to go out like 50 to 80 miles.
Way out there,
yes.
They said.
Yes.
And he's doing better. He's had a couple incidents, but he's doing pretty good. They got the boat. He's got a great family. And they always say come down, and I'm like, God, I would love to, but that fucking fishing isn't so when we were talking earlier, like I want to chill. I'm lazy. I just want to chill and sit in the safe water and like
in the safe water.
You can see your feet.
Well, that's the thing. That's the whole irony of Key West. I mean, Key West is Jimmy Buffett, laid back, all this kind of thing. And then people come there and they go like, "Oh man, I got to go parasailing. I got to go jet ski, and I got to go up and down Duval Street and see every bar. I got to see every band. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to have key lime pie. I got to go to the museums. I got to shop for T-shirts. I got to do all this stuff.
Right.
But that's not laid back.
Where's the relax?
Yes, that's not. So that's why I say you got to come with me and just chill. And listen to my stories for 4 hours.
We're sold. Zoe, we're gonna make.
I'm there. Yeah.
I mean, my wife would love it. Like in fact, we go to Table Rock as opposed to the Ozarks because it's more chill.
Sure.
And you
Table
grew up
Rock's
on the Ozarks. You mentioned you had a boat out there.
Oh, I had a house at Lake of the Ozarks for like 20 years or something.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, or 10 years. I don't know.
In
the 80s.
In the 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't nearly as crowded as.
No.
Yeah, it's nuts down there. I mean, people love it. You can't get a pontoon boat out there.
No.
They go under. They have massive. It's too much. I'm for my personality, like I want to relax. We go
Too much for your personality, you said?
I'm a chill guy, bro. But
Okay.
And Table Rock, I can throw a week. Charlie can tube out there, and it's not going to
You
get
can do
killed.
that in Decatur.
Sure, I bet there's a chill lake in Decatur.
Like Decatur.
Like Decatur.
Anyway.
Do they allow motorboats on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole thing. But with the Ozarks, I'd never been there because we went to Table Rock instead. But I just went to Lake of the Ozarks for the first time this past summer.
God, help us.
It would be
Remember, you're
really
a follower of Jesus.
Yeah. I tried, and I believe that I did. But I think that would be a really hard place to live and be sober.
Sure, it's crazy down there.
But especially with the
But I
body
mean, if you could do it in
culture.
Key West, you can do it in
Right.
the Ozarks. It's just what you want. I mean, and people are like that in the Ozarks now. They want they're every hour is something. Where's the sit down and just soak it in?
We have great recovery in Key West, though.
Really?
Yes. We have a lot of good meetings,
That's awesome.
a lot of 12-step going on down there. We've got a lot of friends in recovery.
I bet.
Yes.
You got. I mean, community is
It
everything,
is.
right?
It is. Yes.
What were you gonna ask?
Are you pretty involved in the recovery community down there? Or
To a
are you
degree,
like,
yes.
let me have
You
my
know,
boat?
No, I am. I go to meetings every day down there. So,
Oh, nice. Wow.
doing something.
Do people reach out to you? Do they reach out if somebody's struggling, and are they reaching out?
They ask questions and
Sure.
stuff like that too. Yes. I mean, I don't really do a lot of 12-step work like I have done it in the past, but
Sure.
Interventions,
What do you think about? What do you think about interventions?
they're frustrating. They're very frustrating.
I've done one, and it was horrible. It went horrible, and
They
I
go
gotta think-
south fast.
and they're predicated on a lie, and that's where I get lose. Like you got to lie to someone to get them, and then it's an ambush. And I think I'm sure there's some that have really worked and done well. I'm sure there.
Well, from my experience, I wouldn't say there's a great success, number to them, but you know what? At least it makes them aware that they may have a problem,
Sure.
and there is a solution. Now, whether they take it right there,
It plants a seed
right
the
there,
hard way. For sure.
at some point,
That's a good point.
yes.
Well, yeah. And
So there
like-
is no bad one. Let's say that. I don't believe there's a bad.
Okay. Yeah, because when you got everybody's making you realize the whole army's not out of step
Yes.
here.
Mhm.
We talked about this earlier, and I want to get your wisdom on this because it's really important. And even in your young age, you say it all the time at how bad resentment is. But this, like an intervention, talk about leading to resentment and anger. That was probably the first.
Right. Yes.
And earlier we were talking about
Hate.
step work. Yes.
Hate. Yes.
And how, like if you're talking to somebody new out of inpatient that's working maybe IOP and needing a community, like what would you tell them about resentment?
Well, exactly what you said. It leads to drinking. It leads to relapse. It leads to bigger resentments. I mean, they linger for years.
And what does somebody do to? Because it's not like you can just say, okay, don't resent somebody. I'm not gonna. Don't resent something. I'm not gonna. Like, what do you suggest?
What I suggest, I'll tell you what I suggest is what I do, and I hate doing it, but I know it works. Is prayer.
Amen.
Prayer is not for somebody else. I mean, it's not for yourself. It is for somebody else. So when you pray for somebody else, it makes you aware that the situation, and that, if you keep praying, after, a week, maybe 2 weeks, whatever, that will dissolve. And it's hard to do, to pray for somebody that you just can't stand or you have a problem with. But prayer does work.
I imagine it's equally as hard to hang on to that resentment if you say steadfast in that daily for
Yes.
day 13. You would have to work really hard to still probably fucking hate somebody or have resentment after really leaning into it that much.
The recipient of prayer is the person that prays.
And they say that a lot about forgiveness.
Yes.
Which is all wrapped up in this. Was this part of your healing journey with your father, like in learning about, his disease? And being able to
I can't tell you I
liberate.
prayed a lot for that, but and I didn't write letters and do some of the other stuff probably, but I'm just telling you that that there became an awareness of it that I feel like I understand it and acceptance. And it's not a road I want to go down. Let's say that.
That's powerful. I appreciate you sharing that. It whether it's self-awareness or it takes work and it's not always something people want to do. Some fear probably prevents us from doing it, just like checking into treatment. And we say it's the disease, but the chemical of alcohol and addictive substances with our brains is what it tricks our reality to think that we can't live without it. We can't find joy in it. We can never do anything. I think the thought of stopping drinking was the end of the road for me. I couldn't imagine a life without it until I didn't have much of it. I just wanted to live at that point. I was like, all right, I don't want to die.
And, through recovery, one of the main things that they emphasize along with prayer is helping other people, service work. And
I'm so glad
some
you said
people are really good at that. And I'm not saying I'm really good at it, but I know that I practice it and I do that. I wanted to tell you that.
dedicate your whole life to it, serving other people.
Well, I meant through recovery.
Sure. But being a hospitable.
Yeah. But I just got
human.
back 6 weeks ago from Cuba.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about that. Yeah. So that was not like a trip.
First person I've ever met that said, I just got back from Cuba.
Yeah, I know. I have a hard time even saying that somewhat. So it's pretty interesting that, it wasn't like, hey, anybody want to go to Cuba? Raise your hand. Do we have any volunteers to go to Cuba? It wasn't like that. It was some friends of mine in Key West that we sit around and smoke cigars all the time.
Okay.
Because
I was going to ask if you smoke cigars.
Oh yeah, yes. I had to start. I never smoked them before or cigarettes. Never had a cigarette, but just to have something in my hand walking up and down Duval Street. Yes.
Interesting.
So there's a bunch of us now smoke cigars.
There's hope for me. I want to smoke cigars. My father did. My guys here do. They have poker nights and cigar nights, and part of me gets a headache around it, and I want to smoke a cigar. Tony Soprano didn't have a cigar in his mouth. Love Tony Soprano, my old man, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get fucked up. Like I sick or high.
Right. Well, Cuban can make you high like that.
Sure.
It might be just the way you puff it or whatever. Yeah.
So you took it up down in recovery.
Yes. Well, yes, in Key West. So this was just a couple guys smoking cigars, and wouldn't it be nice to go to Cuba and smoke cigars? Well, if we're going to do that, how can we do that? How can we do that? Well, let's make it a recovery trip. So what we did was we bought a whole bunch of Spanish big books and As Bill Sees It and 12 and 12 and stuff like that.
No shit.
Yeah. And we got
fucking mission trip is what it sounds like to me.
Well, it was. It was support the Cuban people. You need an excuse to go into the country. You can't just go down there and lay on the beach.
That's what I was going to ask.
Happen.
Are you?
No, you can't do that. So we went down there and we met with recovery people down in Cuba, in Havana, and met them and turned over a whole bunch of books and stuff. Yeah.
You've been to Cuba?
Yeah, with Josh Koskinen. Shout out.
Oh, I just gonna say I got no fucking idea what that is, but I do. It's your old pastor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on a relational missions trip. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But we were in Havana.
You two do have something in common. This is incredible.
We have a lot of things in common. You don't know.
Sure. And so now I know two people.
And we're both right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Whoa.
So it was interesting because
did you ever feel unsafe?
No, not really. Not really. We walked everywhere. We had a driver to take us places, but we walked.
Do you speak Spanish?
Not a word.
Okay, nice.
Not a word.
Well, but did a couple people, hopefully?
A little bit.
Right.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't.
Even if I knew Spanish as fast as they talk, it would not work.
Yeah, I was in Cancun. I thank God I've been to Cancun once. I thank God they could speak English because otherwise I'm dead.
I mean, if they spoke that fast in Arnold, I wouldn't know what they were talking about. I'm telling you. But so we did go to some meetings down there. It's pretty interesting. We go in this room and it's real dark. There's one little light there. The guy's kind of, doing some readings and stuff like that. And
Same program, same curriculum.
yeah,
Like 12 steps.
in Spanish, yes, 12 steps.
Whoa.
Transcends. It transcends.
And
It's
it was so dark in there. They had a guy up by the podium speaking, and all I could see was his arms flailing and stuff like this, and he was shouting like all Latins do, and then he get down to a whisper, and it was great, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, I can't believe how anonymous this is. I can't see the guy right next to me.
Shit.
It was so dark in there. I couldn't see the guy that was speaking. I couldn't see the guy next to me. I go, this is really anonymous. This is anonymous.
Yeah.
And about halfway through the thing, the power goes on and all these lights go on in a place like that.
You thought it was normal.
Yeah, I thought it was anonymous. Yeah.
That's why you're going to start those here.
Yeah.
Dark meetings. That's funny. Did you guys, was there, I always think of Latin America, I think of it very Catholic, but very religious. Was Cuba?
It's the big Catholic community.
Okay.
And I stayed with a family actually too. We didn't have hotel rooms.
Like a host family?
Yes.
Nice. How are they?
They were nice. I couldn't talk to them,
Sure.
but they were very nice.
Hospitable. That's
Yes.
great. And so they didn't, I guess, you wonder how they view Americans and.
I'm glad I went when I went, since the Venezuela thing, I think things are.
So when you said you went to Cuba
yeah.
recently, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
Yes.
how recent are we talking?
Right before that. I came home December 1st.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah, so it was recent.
So did you spend Thanksgiving down there?
We went Thanksgiving Day and came back December 1st.
Nice.
The weekend. The one guy went's a teacher, so that was the only time he really could get off work.
How many of you?
4 of us. Just 4. Just 4 guys.
Did you sail down there or did you fly?
We flew.
Okay. Well, you've taken longer boat trips.
Right, yes.
How long out of Key West? Is where you flew out of?
I came back to St. Louis because I had to drop my dog off with my wife.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell me about your dog. You told me
Yeah.
off air. Tell us about your dog, Archie, right?
Archie, yes. He's my little buddy. He's a week older than I am sober. And, he helps me just take care of him, so I don't drink in airports.
There you go. So
The airport can be a big trigger.
Sure.
Man, especially Miami airport,
At this, you had the emotional stress of flying and traveling, and then
But he has like way over 200 flights on American Airlines.
So he flies, but he's
Yeah, he goes right underneath the seat in front of me. He's a carry-on.
nice.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a Parsons Russell. He's like a Jack Russell with long legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's he weigh?
21 pounds.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. He's 13. So you got him a week before you finally.
No, that's how old he is. I didn't get him till till Christmas.
Okay.
So yeah, he was 6 weeks old. When I
Got it.
Yeah.
So good move. That puppy's a lot of work too. That'll keep you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They don't sleep very much. They're like babies. Yeah, I was telling you off there by losing Bristol, my heart and soul dog. The best dog ever. You get one of them, and then losing her in December of 23 was the hardest thing that I had to process and feel. Sober. I remember telling Ashley, I would like a drink right now, and because I knew it would numb it. I'm like, I'm not gonna, obviously, but I'm being honest. I wish I could numb. It hurt real bad, and I share that story to people that want to self-medicate. Feeling our feelings is actually a good thing. You lost your friend pretty early, a great friend of yours.
I've lost a lot of friends in the last couple of years.
Sure.
Yes. We're getting old.
And grieving, is love, man. And feeling it.
And we all grieve different.
Sure.
Yep.
Tell us about the Trainwreck Courage before we let you out of here, George.
So there is a series on Channel 9 on PBS called Food for Love. And it's all about restaurants here in St. Louis. and they did a segment on me during COVID. So it's been about 4 years.
Okay.
And you can see it on YouTube, and just Google "Food is Love" and "Trainwreck to Courage."
Trainwreck to Courage.
And it's-
ED.
Yes.
Okay. And is it
I'm not in the first 7 minutes, but I'm the whole last 20 minutes of it. So it's some of it was filmed on the boat in Key West, and some of it was filmed at the Trainwreck in Rock Hill.
okay?
So it's very good.
And is it's a food show, restaurant show? So
It's it's more about. I mean, it's about food, but it's about the owners and and what cool guys we are. I guess I don't know. Yeah,
cool, handsome, strapping,
yeah. Tall. Yeah.
Right. But you have great head of hair.
Yeah.
How you kept all that hair during bar ownership is a
Bar to boat to hope. It's the secret.
Those walls could talk in Rock Hill, right?
Yes.
So when you come home, are you in there every day at one of the taverns?
I have jobs to do there, but I'm not there too much to do the jobs I used to do as far as hostessing and cooking or bartending or like that. I'm there. I'm there before the crowds get there, and I get up early and I'm out of there early.
So you're not sticking around socializing very much, or
No.
All right. What about? And I could probably go on, and I know it's getting late, but what about COVID? How can you talk a little bit about COVID and the impact it had on Trainwreck?
Terrible.
Yeah,
It was terrible.
I mean, crisis. I know from my cousin family owned Olive and Oak in Webster, and they were closed. They were moving to the new one. They had the old space, and they moved to the new space, and they decided right then might as well. But they did like burger pop-ups just to do something to keep people working. I mean,
We did. Yeah, we did to-go stuff. Yes.
Yeah. I think I got some because I was living at Gore and Rock Hill for a while.
Oh, wow.
I think I was getting some to go. I was telling you
Good.
that salad I love quite a bit. They but it's not just like people think, oh, the restaurants, the lack of business, but keeping people staffed. It was and then I'm so glad that you survived it. Not everybody
Right.
made it. And you had two places were to keep open, and
Powerhouse wife.
Mm-hmm.
amen. So she's day to day.
Yes.
Is she in the show?
No.
Okay, she's a behind the scenes gal.
Yes.
Yeah, behind every great man is a greater woman. I'm kidding, sort of.
No, you're not. You're not. Zoe's our resident feminist.
Somebody's got.
She gets away with it though.
Absolutely. She does. She's a very good influence on my son. My wife said the other day, I'm so glad Zoe's helping you. He said something. She always will tell me. And Charlie's, he's 12. He does an impersonation of her. He's like, you want to rephrase that? That's what she says to me if I say something that's old time.
Unhinged, or like that.
When Charlie says something, it's, sweetie, would you like to try that again?
Well, I don't think I've ever said sweetie. I do give this face. Oh,
Maybe
do
that's
you
it.
want to? Oh.
So she's keeping him on the right track.
I love junior hires. It's important. They give a perspective that sometimes we lose.
Pretty honest too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hungry for a bison burger and sweet potato fries now.
Come on down.
I'm super hungry.
So you leave in a couple weeks.
I hope.
Yeah. Is Archie here now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's at home with
Yes.
mom.
Yes.
Archie.
Oh, you weren't. So Archie, yeah, he had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Archie she has to go potty sometimes during the show. Archie,
Always.
It's my
his
dog.
Oh yes, this should be a permanent segment on our show because this always happens. Like at the end, people are like, and also
Right.
a dog
Bury
that
the
we
lead.
love.
That's
yeah.
right.
Wait. Okay. So did you guys already talk about what kind of dog and everything?
Jack Russell mix.
Oh.
Parsons Russell. No
Parsons,
mix.
sorry.
No mix.
Well, that's on how much Chris listens. I'm kidding.
Parsons Russell?
Well, a Jack Russell is a Parsons Russell, but a Parsons Russell isn't a Jack Russell.
Square rectangle
Yes.
situation.
Exactly. Yes.
Ah.
No, square rectangle. Yes. I think it's a triangle. No.
Hominid stem. But
took geometry twice.
Archie is 1 week.
Older than I am sober.
Whoa.
So, and you got him when he was 6 weeks.
Mhm.
And so he was, talk about getting something to occupy some time.
Yes.
A brand new puppy.
He used to go to meetings too.
Nice.
Yeah.
The hit, I bet.
Yeah.
It's something about having like
Oh God,
having
Meadow and Glory at a meeting.
something that's like fully there to support you. Like I would bring
Unconditional love, you know. Yes,
It really,
that's
I
it.
say this about these dogs. They love us the way Jesus calls you to love your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Just unconditional, without content.
Well, I will tell you, so we've had a lot of dogs in 40 years. And it's funny, you know, my wife and I always kid each other and say, you know, let's see, which dog was the smartest dog? Which dog, you know, was the best traveler dog? Which dog was the most lovable? Which dog, you know, obeyed the best? All that. The only category that Archie wins is airplane flights.
Whoa, important category though.
Tell Zoe, since she had to go potty, how many?
Over 200, 250 airline flights.
Do you drug him?
No.
Archie's got he's got VIP status at the American Airlines lounges.
Well, they know him.
Oh my
He walks in
God.
the Admirals Club. They go, "Oh, Archie!" Yeah.
I don't think Kim, my dog, has ever walked anywhere.
Oh, you carry him everywhere.
No, she just runs.
Oh.
Anyway, that's amazing, and I love that for you.
runs and
Archie.
has the runs.
Oh my God, like a baby.
George, I am I don't know, like exuding gratitude for you coming out
Yeah, this is so cool. Yeah, St. Louis legend.
and doing this podcast, and I mean, you're a gift, and what a story of hope, like you said.
Right.
that-
Yeah. Hopefully, you give someone hope out there. That's,
well-
that's all I care about.
It's going to happen. And you're a little self-deprecating about, you know, being a bar owner, being a bartender, and then now. But I love that you're spreading that message down there.
Thank you.
And I can only imagine the people that are getting seeds planted. They go down there
It's so
to let their hair
creative.
down and
And mutually beneficial.
yeah. And
An example of what life can be.
I know we've invited ourselves to your charter, but we might have to just come down. And
Yeah.
look you
Come
up.
on down. Yes. Come down. Look me up.
I can do dishes really well. I know how to make coffee.
There you go.
We'll scrounge up some dollars for you.
Well, Chris, thanks for having me.
George,
And Zoe, nice meeting you.
I
Yeah, you
appreciate you
too.
so much. And best to your wife, best to
you.
Archie, and hope to see you again soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks
Okay.
for coming. Thanks, everyone. Let us pray.
Pondoffs Anonymous is hosted by Chris Pondoff with Zoe Mindenall and Jeff Allen. Produced, engineered, mixed, and filmed by Jeff Allen. Recorded at Illinois Recovery Center in the Pondoffs Anonymous studios. Music by McCall. The track is Anti-Hero. This podcast shares stories. It's not a substitute for professional help. If you need support, visit pondoffsanonymous.com and contact us.